Y'all know what time it is, man. We leave the same way we come in the same way we leave. Make sure y'all stay relentless in y'all pursuit, self-improve, to be 1% better every day. And always keep the Most High first. Always. Now, today I want to talk about accountability, self-awareness, and discipline. And it's going to stem towards my readings today. I just got through reading the book of Proverbs again. This was my second reading of it. I may do a third reading depending on how I feel. But I'm pretty much stumbling through different chapters in the scriptures. But I just got through reading the book of Proverbs, and those are the main three things that I take from that whole book. And it's very therapeutic to me, because that's one of the main reasons why I went back to read it, because there's so much knowledge and wisdom that that you can learn from it. And then it's always something that you can miss something, and you can always go back and reference it again. Oh, I missed that, or that could have been something you could have actually missed when you read it the first time. So it's always best to go back and study, read, meditate on scriptures, man. But yeah, that was my second reading of it, and those are the three things that I take from it: self-awareness, accountability, and discipline. And one of the main things, and the reason why I say those three things about that, is because we living in a day and time where, or it's times in life where you've had rumors or negativity about you in any way, shape, or form. And the book speaks about folly. It speaks about basically a city without walls. A person who can't control his own spirit is like a city without walls. I think that's in Proverbs. Yes, it's I think that's in the beginning of Proverbs. But it talks about those things, meaning having control of your own flesh, your own spirit, what you say out of your mouth. And me personally, and I believe this, and I think the scriptures hit on this as well. If you can't control what you say out of your mouth, you can't control what you put inside of your body. You know what I'm saying? So your body is your body is connected to the mind, body. It's a mind, body, soul thing. So one of the main things that I've learned about as far as the discipline aspect goes, of course, on my fitness journey, my self-improvement journey, is having control of my spirit, which is what I struggled with a lot. And and also accountability. Once again, I hinted on it in my last video about forgiveness and learning how to forgive. And all this stuff stems back into, when I read these scriptures, it takes me back into where I was, and where I'm slowly trying to become, which is a better version of myself, as I preach 1% better every day on this channel. And it's an uphill battle at times, and it's never easy. It's always things that you need to improve on and better yourself on this journey, on this roller coaster that we call life, right? So what I took from that is when King Solomon was pretty much, basically preaching his word and preaching the wisdom that God blessed upon him and bestowed upon him. As you can see, even with the wisdom that he had, he still failed, and that was due to his idolization of women. And like I said, so that lets me know you can have all the money, all the cars, all the clothes, and things of that nature, and still be spiritually empty. And that was one of the main things that I struggled with before I went on this journey 6 years ago, is pleasure, money, cars, clothes, women, things of that nature. Those like lustful things that I used to like, battling my flesh, basically. And for a lot of people a lot of people probably do know this. For all my subscribers, I do have a kid, and I feel like that my son is the best thing that ever happened to me, because he kick-started this journey that I'm on now. He's the reason why I started this journey, to be honest with you, to be straightforward honest with you. And it's also because I wanted to, prove something to myself, because I didn't want to bring a child into the world and not be fully equipped mentally, physically, emotionally to take care of one, because your children are like stocks. They're investments. You have to invest in them. And that's one of the main things that I've did on my journey was invest in myself. And then once you invest in yourself and you put that love into yourself, then you can give it to someone else. You can give it to an offspring. You can give it to a woman, or whoever the case may be, who's ever willing and who's ever worthy of the type of love that you put into yourself. Because like I said, it takes a lot of discipline to do that. And also on this journey as well is, self-awareness aspect of the scriptures. Sometimes, like I said, I talked about in my last video, you never know what people may be going through in this lifetime. And I try to put myself in people's shoes. And J. Cole said something that that really caught my eye and my ears a couple of days ago. You got to forgive some people. And I talked about that in my last video, because you never know what type of sadness or what type of brokenness that people may be dealing with, or disappointing, or whatever failed dreams that can allow whatever lie or whatever negative type of energy or impact that comes across you. You never know where it could be coming from. So at the same time, it could be coming from a place of a person being envious of you and hating on you as well, but also it could be coming from an angle of frustrations that their own dreams or their own manifestations or creations didn't pan out the way that they wanted to pan out. So sometimes hurt people do hurt people sometimes. And one thing on this journey, and the Bible speaks about folly, bearing false witnesses, and things of that nature. And one of the main things that I've learned how to do on this journey is just, sometimes it's hard, man, because I think about the old version of myself, because the older version of me are just like lash out, like literally just lash out on the situation, or crash out the situation. But sometimes that battle don't be about you. Sometimes it be something that they're battling with internally, or it can be them being at war with God for whatever reason. So I try to put myself in people's shoes to a degree, and then also look at my journey and where I came from. And by me doing the inner work and healing, I see a lot of myself in a lot of people. Like I see myself in a lot of people. I see myself in what I used to be. The person that I used to be, I see myself in people. And like I said, some people on this journey is gonna learn, it's gonna make the corrections. Some people are not meant to make the corrections. Some people are too busy being in their own way. Too many people are, like I talked about in the last days, are just lovers of themselves. Don't want to take the accountability or take the the things outside, the accountability, the discipline, the self-awareness to do the inner work that they need to be better members of society and for themselves, so God can put you into your purpose. And like I said, this walk ain't easy, man. Like, people think being on your purpose is just happy-go-lucky, up and down, and just like all smiles and grins. People know that this shit get exhausting, bro. It's hard, man. Like, it's hard for people like us, man. Like, I try to give myself grace on this journey, because I thought that it was gonna be a happy-go-lucky thing, but once you start to actually do the work and you actually start to figure out what your purpose is on the earth, or what God shows you what your purpose here is on the earth, it gets hard, man, because most people don't know why they're here, and they feel like developing themselves into some type of clique or to some type of group is going to basically show them or give them some type of identity to prove their worth or prove their purpose here on the earth. And that don't even be the case, man, half of the time. And some of those things, like I said, I don't judge people. I struggle with a lot of those things. So the book of Proverbs just basically tells me, just like I said, those three things. It's accountability, self-awareness, and just what was the other one? The other one slipped in my mind. Y'all, like, I can't think of the other one right now. I think it's on this phone right here. hold on, y'all give me, don't judge, but discipline. So with great power comes great responsibility. And by me being bestowed with the power that I have and the light and the understanding that I have on the journey on what it takes, most people have what it takes, some people don't have what it takes. And for the people that I see has what it takes, I try to talk to them. I try to give them some words of encouragement on their journey, to let them know that I see you, I hear you, I understand you. And sometimes they don't have to say anything, you just know. And that's one of the main things about being on this journey and being highly intuitive. Like, you can just see and feel things. But being on this journey, it takes a lot of self-sacrifice. You have to enforce your own gratefulness. And one of the main things that I've learned how to do on this journey is those two things as well, is enforcing my own gratefulness, finding my gratitude, and trying to help people the best way I can. Be like, whether it's just me leading by example or me just giving someone some words of encouragement to help them out. And it's a saying that I have. Well, it's not really a saying of mine. I actually, it was a content creator that I was listening to, and he made some insightful videos just like this. He talks about planting your own flowers, watering your own garden, because one of the main things that a lot of people don't talk about in this life is that one of the main things people aren't good at being, most people aren't truthful, and most people aren't grateful. So that's why planting your own flowers, especially as a so-called black man, as myself, is very important, because people are going to try to distort and tort the things that you have done and you have not done for whoever it is. It doesn't even matter. So having a level of gratitude and self-sacrifice is hard. It's hard to turn the other cheek sometimes. It's hard to not say anything sometimes, even when things need to be said. But sometimes certain things are better left unsaid. And the only thing that can heal those things is time. And whatever path someone is on, they have to learn on their own. But that's one of the main things that I get from Proverbs, man, is just discipline. As I find ways to stay disciplined and find more innovative ways to make videos and content, and also staying in shape, being a father, working, making these videos, if I haven't said that twice, being there for loved ones, helping loved ones, and just helping people who God put on my spirit to help and reach out to, which is one of the main things that I struggle with. So it's just a level of self-sacrifice and self-awareness, because I struggle with a lot of these things, and that's one of the main things that I take from the book of Proverbs especially. And like I said, one of the main things that a lot of people struggle with is, those are the main three things that we as men struggle with, is those three things: discipline, self-awareness, and just being accountable. And I feel like, and I believe that those three things are the key to self-improvement, for growth, for stability, for family, to build generations on top of generations on top of generations. It's not really about the money, it's about longevity. The money gonna come, but that's one of the main things. I don't really inspire to be rich or anything like that. I just aspire to be stable. And those are one of the main things that the book of Proverbs talked about as well. Because a person who's aiming for the riches, looking for the riches, that's the quickest way to being poor, to being in poverty. So one of the main things is just about being stable-minded, focused on whatever task or whatever mission you have at hand, to just improve and just to be better for yourself, most important, so you can be a better leader and a better example for your family, your children, like whatever the case may be. So like I said, man, I wasn't even gonna make a video today, to be quite frank with y'all, but it was put on my spirit to make this video and to make this message. But those are some of the things that I wanted to talk about the book of Proverbs that I take from by reading it a second time. Is discipline, once again, self-awareness, and accountability. And those are some of the 3 things that I tell y'all that I struggle with tremendously on this journey. And also forgiveness as well, as I talked about in my last video. Those are like some of the 4 things that I've struggled with on this journey. And it's still an up and hill battle, because it's always going to be something that you're going to have to learn, especially when you're called to do great things. So don't ever get discouraged on this mission, man, on this journey, on whatever journey that you're on, whether it's a spiritual journey, self-improvement journey, whatever it is that you're inspiring to be. If you're inspiring to be better for the Creator, the Most High God, you're on the right path. The only thing guys need to see is works, because faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. So if you're putting in the effort to be 1% better every day, to get up out your bed, to find some level of gratitude, God sees that. Prayer, fasting, and just, you know, just being grateful for the small things, the little things. You know what I'm saying? So it starts with the small things first, and then you get the big things. You get the big rewards. You get the big blessings in life. And like I said, it's a work in progress. It's you may not be where you want to be at right now in this life, but like I said, I've said this before. Everything is in God's timing. It may not happen where you want it right now. It may not make sense when you're going through it, but it will make sense when you get there. So everybody, man, just trust your process, man. You're on the right path. You're right where you're supposed to be. Don't ever let no one deter you on your mission, on your journey. Don't ever allow somebody to hold you for where you was and where you used to be in your past. If you're trying to put your best foot forward to be a better human being for society, keep going. Keep striving. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all in this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new, man. To the next video. Y'all know what time it is. We come in the same way we leave. We leave the same way we come in. Make sure y'all stay relentless in y'all pursuit. Self-improve. To be 1% better every day. And always keep the Most High first. To the next video. I love you all. Peace.